I cut nearly $1,000 a month out of my life this year, and it was just by cutting 5 things. And the 5th one is the biggest by a mile, and it's one that keeps paying every month after you do it once. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through all 5 with the actual dollar amounts, and hopefully you can find something similar or the same that'll help you cut your expenses every month. Now, a quick thing before I start, because I want to know, what's your biggest expense? Alright, so let's get into it. Smallest to biggest. Number 1, bulk buying. For me specifically, I'm big into energy drinks. I started like in college. Every day I just buy an energy drink, and that's like $3.50 every day, even on the weekends. So you put $3.50 times 7, and I'll put the math up here what it is in a month, but you can see that's kind of dramatic when you see it laid out like that. When you're thinking $3.50 every day, like, oh, $3.50 here, $3.50 another day, it doesn't seem like that much. But then when you actually do the numbers on it and see how much you're actually spending a month just on energy drinks, it changes your whole view on what you're doing every day, just buying that. So maybe for you, it's like you get a soda every day at work, and that's like $2 or $3, whatever it is. But so what I do is now I don't even go in and buy energy drinks. What I do is I buy packets of energy drinks, and I buy them in bulk. So I get like the Celsius packets, and I'll throw a picture up of what I get right here. And you can get 30 for 24 bucks. So instead of spending that every month, I just buy this and I'm spending $23 a month. So boom, easy, quick. I'm saving that much a month just on energy drinks. And I know that's the smallest one on the list, but I put it first on purpose because it's one that taught me the actual lesson. I had no idea I was spending that much. It never showed up as a decision. It was $3.40 here, $3.40 there. And it didn't seem like much in the time, but until you crunch the numbers and you see it, it adds up. So whatever your version of this is, energy drinks, coffee, DoorDash, go look at the total, and the total is always worse than you think. And that's the whole point of number 1. Do the math, see what you spend daily on one thing that you buy every day. If it's a snack, if it's a food, if it's a drink, whatever it is, add it up over 30 days. How much are you spending on it? And can you buy it in bulk? And then number 2, I think this is the one that a lot of us get caught up on, especially now because everything is subscription based. But cutting out unused subscriptions. Go through everything that you are subscribed to and make sure that you actually use it. Because I was spending about $60 just on subscriptions, and 3 of them I didn't even use anymore. Like HBO Max, I don't use. Amazon Prime, I barely order off Amazon anymore. And I think even at one point I had a Disney Plus subscription that I didn't even know I had. And then some other Apple service thing that I kept getting on my account for like $5 every month. And I didn't know what it was until I looked through all my subscriptions and I'm like, oh, that's what it is. And this one is easier said than done because like you'll say you'll do it, but you never actually do it. All it takes is literally one afternoon. That's all it took for me. I pulled up my bank statement, went through my credit cards, went back 3 months, wrote down every reoccurring charge, found the HBO that I was paying, found the $5 that I was paying, and the Disney Plus that I was paying for, and I didn't even know. And then I found the ones that I actually do use, and I kept those. So list the real ones out, and then cancel each one that you don't actually use. And then another tip, even on the ones that you do use, sometimes you can even like try to cancel it, and they'll give you like a better price for like the next 3 months. So it's like, why not just do it? I mean, unless you have like dozens of subscriptions, but I mean, I have like 3 now that I only use. And there was like 2 of them that I could cancel, and they were gonna give me a better deal just to keep the subscription. So I did it anyway. So that right there saved me this much a month. And this one's the highest return per hour of anything in this video. All it takes is one afternoon, and you never have to think about it again. And then on to number 3. And I almost didn't even put it in the video, but it's something that I did struggle with. And even to this day, sometimes I still find it hard not to. But I was spending $80, $85 just on vapes every month. And not even vapes, drinking. There was a period in my life early on last year in December of 2025 when I would just come home and I'd stop by the liquor store and I'd get a THC drink. Because I used to smoke weed every day back in the day, and now I try not to smoke at all. So I would just switch to THC drinks, and I would get like 4 of them, and I need 3 to probably feel good. So there were times like on Fridays I would go out, grab a THC, like a 4-pack of them, and that's like 16, 20 bucks. And so that's $60 right there on top of the 80 that I would spend on vapes. And adding that up, once I realized how much I was spending, and I'll put it up here on the screen, every month, I knew I had to make a change. I'm not doing that no more. I don't need it. Like for what? For the hour and a half, 2 hours that it makes me feel decent. And even in those 2 hours, I'm not doing anything. I'm just watching a movie and being by myself. I'd rather use that time to be productive on something that I want and I enjoy. Now, I'm not going to sit here and try to tell you what to do with your weekends. I don't think that's my business, and I don't think anybody's ever quit anything because a guy on YouTube told them to. But what I'll say is that set your priorities. If you really want something and you know something's not benefiting you, just take it out. No matter how hard it is, if you can push yourself mentally to quit something that you know is not good for you, it's going to put you in a much better place, not just financially, but also as a person. You learn a lot more about yourself and realize how much you can actually accomplish if you set your mind to it. And that leads me into number 4. And this is the biggest cut on the list, and it's also the most work. So let me be real about both. So before, I would spend $15 every day at work because they have a food court there and I'll eat every day just so I didn't have to make a meal or make my lunch. And you do 15 times 5, then times that by 4 for every day of the month. And you see that I'm spending this much just on lunches at my work. And once I realized that, I'm like, okay, we got to make a change. So now I buy groceries every week, and that comes out to $40, $50. And you know, I eat a lot healthier. Chicken, rice, vegetables, sweet potatoes, ground beef, pasta, whatever it is. So instead of spending that much, now I spend this much a month. And what I do personally is just on Sundays, I'll go to the grocery store, buy everything I need, cook it all up, and boom, there's my 5 meals for the week. And I'll take it every morning. And I'm going to be honest, this one does take real effort every single week. And there are Sundays I don't want to do it. The reason I keep going is that it's not just money. It's that at 5 p.m. on a Wednesday when I'm tired, the decision is already made. I'm not deciding whether to spend $18 on food. It's already in the fridge. And most of what I've cut works like that. It's not discipline in the moment. It's making the decision once on a Sunday when it's easy. And that leads me into number 5, the big one. And I want to be precise because this one's different in kind from the other 4. Because paying off debt isn't cutting an expense. It's buying one out permanently. Every other thing on this list, I have to keep choosing. This one, you do it once and the payment is gone for the rest of your life. So I don't know if you guys remember, but early on I had a car payment that was $250 every month. I tried to pay that off as quickly as possible when I got this job in December. And so that was my first priority. I think when I started the job, I still had like $3,000 or $4,000 left on the car payment. And then just in 4 months, I was able to just completely take that out. No more interest was going to be paid on it. $250, $500 a month was freed up just from that. I don't have any student loans, and my credit card I just pay off every 2 weeks. And that usually comes out to $300 or $350, depending. And the interest is the big part that got me, because you don't even realize how much interest you're paying on something with that big of a payment until you're actually doing the numbers. So put money down towards the principal so you're not paying more interest, and get the debt out as fast as you can. And that freed up $500 of cash flow that I was able to eventually use towards my daily spending on my credit card and the rest towards investing. So now every week when I get a paycheck, I don't have to worry about $250 coming out of my account going towards my car. And I can just use it to invest. And honestly, it's such a blessing, and it's so nice because then that just trickles down. Now I don't have to worry about taking more money out for my Roth IRA because $350 goes into my Roth IRA every paycheck. But now I have that $250, and now I'm really only putting in $100, if that makes sense. So it just trickles down, and you're saving more and more and more, and you're being able to put it into other assets that you would want to. So all in all, these are the 5 numbers, and I'll put them in stacking order so you can see the total. And I want to say one thing about what that number is actually for, because save money on its own isn't a reason, and it won't hold you. But that number a month, what it means for your emergency fund, the debt payoff, the amount you can invest, that's the point. Cutting expenses to have a smaller number leaving your account is pointless. Cutting expenses so the money goes somewhere is the whole point. So don't just save that money and then go and spend it on a night out or some clothes that you want or some materialistic item that you want. Put it into something that's going to earn you more money, because every dollar you own is working for you. It should be an employee for you. So every 2 weeks when I get paid, I show exactly where my money's going. And stay tuned, because tomorrow I'll get paid and I'll break it down like I always do. So with that being said, I appreciate y'all for watching. Drop a like on the video, subscribe if you're new, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.